So welcome back. Israel's hit show Fauda successfully crossed over to an English-speaking audience on Netflix, and shows like Homeland and In Treatment were inspired by Israeli series. Hollywood's biggest rainmakers were here at the International TV Format Conference and professed their commitment to bringing more Israeli formats to Hollywood. Hollywood elite brought some love to Israeli producers, actors, and cultural leaders.
I've been here and I know what Israel stands for and should be standing for in the world, and yet the world doesn't look at Israel the way Israel is actually presenting itself.
It's so good to be with all my mishpucha and to hang out with the whole family and friends in Israel, but I just love being here. So much creativity and incredible people and real positive energy around the industry.
Ben Silverman is an Emmy and Golden Globe winning show creator and media exec. He brought shows like The Tudors and Ugly Betty. He's in Israel with his cronies, CAA agent Adam Berkowitz, CEO of FX Networks John Landgraf, and Michael Rotenberg, manager to stars like Jessica Alba. And they're among the keynote speakers and panelists for the second annual International TV Formats Conference.
Very interesting being here in Israel because there's a limited number of channels here, and those channels still have a kind of power and a kind of centrality, an ability to galvanize people's attention that's been lost in America. So a great amount of admiration and heart for this small country that punches way, way, way above its weight.
I think in Hollywood we're still a little jaded with the process and what we do, but here there's still a freshness and enthusiasm.
Because knowing the most refreshing thing, the last thing people ask is, what do you do for a living?
It's not driven by your career and what you do, or what do you have on now.
The group of 8 execs took time to travel around Israel. They even went to the West Bank and into the tunnels that was the source of the war in 2014.
And it's not that it's so dangerous here, but because it's always being under threat, that I think people enjoy life to a much greater degree and understand the value of life.
John Landgraf is responsible for hit shows like the award-winning The Americans. This is his first time in Israel and is not Jewish. He says he's blown away and had a very spiritual experience here in the Holy Land.
This has been really one of the most amazing weeks of my life. I've met more incredible, deep, soulful people in the last week than ever, maybe, in that short a period of time. You know, because you live here, I'm new here. It's a very deep and very special and a very soulful place.
As we all know, the landscape of television has changed drastically in the age of streaming giants who are giving traditional networks a run for their money. There are 500 new scripted series this year, and Silverman has even created the first daily live show for Twitter.
Clearly, the whole media landscape is in transformation. Technology has enabled new distribution mechanisms, and I think we have an opportunity for the next iteration of what the content can actually be, and I think Israel could play a major role in transforming that, in combining the skill set here in not only content creation but also technology, and marrying up those two assets that are unique to the Israeli culture.
Is that it's just very hard to find those human stories that galvanize people across many, many different groups. If we lean into a very specific voice and a very specific slice of the human condition, and if we find someone who can do it well enough in a way that's captivating and funny and surprising, the specific then becomes universal.
Right. As for Israel's most famous export, Wonder Woman herself, Gal Gadot. I think Gal Gadot is the best thing to combat BDS ever. Does that surprise you?
No, that's a great statement. She's proud of it. She stands in front of it, and but BDS is a lot that has to be done to deal with that, because they're not helping the Palestinians. It's hurting them.
So much fun. It was really, the conference was amazing, and, they're really wanting to, groom Israeli talent, which is really great for us to be here and, see this happen.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, Fauda, just as an example, this is something Israelis are very proud of, because they didn't redo the show. They took it as is and put it on.
Unlike In Treatment and Homeland, which was obviously done with an American production. And that says a lot.
I gotta say, I know folks on the left and the right, and everyone comes together around Fauda. It tells powerful individual stories, and people really, from a political perspective, personal perspective, people are really reacting positively to the experience of watching it.
Amazing.